this is gonna be a weird stream because it's just a little fantasy TI review game that I set up for Frox and Brassbird. Hello, Frox and Brassbird.
Hey, what's up,
Well,
homeboy?
Jasper, every moment with you is a fantasy for me, anyways. So it's really,
Very nice, very nice.
really
Truly,
painful right
truly
now.
a delight.
Maybe real quick we can. I mean, I don't know if anyone's gonna be watching this who doesn't know you two legends, but maybe you can plug your podcast real quick.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was just describing it to Jangles, who's a newcomer to our little corner of the Discord, and he was like, "Oh, what's the show?" And I just described it as, it's just like this silly little thing where I hang out and I bullshit with Frox for a little while, and then we have an interview with one or more community members. And that's pretty much the whole thing, man. I mean, like our whole brand is just focused on, honestly, like you guys, just like the community, and we just mine the gold that comes out of the community, and it's
Boy
great.
in Russian
Love it.
baths.
Oh yeah.
Milo,
Also,
mostly those
also
things,
Russian Baths podcast for sure. Plug in
Yeah.
Teddy's band all day, air day.
Yeah. Mhm.
Straight
Every
up.
single
Very
time.
nice.
Yeah.
So, if you're done plugging, of course.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all I
I'll-
gotta say. I don't know if Frox wants to say anything or whatever.
I mean, nah, man. I'm feeling last night still. I'm gonna be honest. I need an IV
Oh, yeah.
drip or something.
Frox is barely alive at this point. Yeah.
It's National Hangover Day, everyone. Let's celebrate. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the setup I made here is like there's 5 tiers, where the factions will end up, right? And
Uh-huh.
the Warzone and the +2 symbolizes, the least picked factions. Those are gonna be rewarded with +2 points every game they play in the SCPT tournament. And then, it goes down from there. So the -2 is like the most popular factions. But people might regret picking them when they see that, they're gonna get -2 every game. So what I wanted to do is you guys take turns picking up a faction from this faction reference card deck here. And you reveal it and you both, make a guess as to where it should go. How popular is that one? And then we keep track of, who did the best in guessing that shit. And that's
Oh man,
that's a very
I played
simple.
this game Wavelength last night, and this is literally the same thing. Ah man, I got a lot of practice at this, but I think it's state-based learning. I'm gonna have to go drink a little, I guess. We'll get those juices back. No,
Sure, sure.
Okay.
So just to make just so I'm like clear what's going on my end is that Frox and I are going to do this little game, and then you are going to reveal like, no, here's
Yes.
the actual numbers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe we can, if you have any thoughts about the faction themselves, then we can discuss it a little bit, but maybe not too long because there's a lot of
All
factions
right.
to get through.
All right, man. We cannot
Sure.
let a list beat us, Brass. We're better than this. Okay,
Yeah, we
we're
are
gonna
better
get
than this.
fucking 100% this shit. All right.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Hey, it's not a
You
co-op
wanna
game,
just-
though. You're competing against each other.
Oh, we're gonna. Oh no. Oh, that's what you fucking think.
Dear
Fine, then I'll
God.
go first.
Oh, the
Necro.
necrovirus. Yeah.
Necrovirus
so
right off the top. Okay.
How,
yeah,
how popular was the necrovirus? And it's
I'm putting it there. That bad boy.
Frox thinks they're not that popular. What do
Oh,
you
I
think,
got it
guys?
reversed. I do. No,
Okay.
this is what I want.
You think they're in the top 20% most?
I
sorry,
definitely
top 40%
think
most.
there's. I definitely
popular.
think they're in the top 40%. Absolutely.
Interesting. Okay then.
Wait.
All right. This thing's upside down.
I want to reveal it for each faction.
Sorry.
Okay.
As we pull them out.
Okay.
So I want to hear Brassbird's
Oh.
opinion on Necro,
Oh,
and then I reveal what it is.
I don't know. I actually think I'm just gonna agree with Frox on this one. I feel like Necro is a classic power pick, and I feel like the meta is shifting a little bit where people are like, Necro is like still really, really awesome, but they're not the cream of the crop anymore. So I feel like that's actually an appropriate place for them.
All right. Well, you're both wrong. They
Oh.
are, in fact, they were
Wow.
so close actually to landing on the. And I was like really rooting for them not to be in the bottom tier because that
Oh my
seemed
God.
insane. But this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
still
yeah.
pretty insane. They're gonna end up. Well, in fact, they already ended up getting a bonus point from just being
Wow.
in the game. Yep.
Wow.
They were
What
almost
has
completely forgotten by the
happened?
community.
Damn.
Let me just pull up the rankings real quick in terms of where did I think Matt and Hunter put them still top 10 though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Why did? Oh man, stupid stats. Yeah, they ended up 9th though. So I think they were at some point a top 3 faction or something. And
Yeah.
then they've just dropped so much.
I mean, they've had a lot of good quality losses, so they couldn't drop out of the top 10, but they definitely
sure.
had to. Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty wild. I suggest we move on to the next one though. Brass, do you want
All
to
right,
do the
Brass,
honors?
you're up. Yeah.
All right, so this one is the Federation of Soul. It's
So,
I think
Yep.
this is funny for me. I mean, I'll reveal that I put them in my 5 winners, and that's more of just like me. That's more like a personal preference. I just think that they're like a really powerful fucking faction in so many different ways. But also the hate is real. Like so many people hate on this faction in so many different ways. I think that a fair place for me to put them, despite my own personal preferences, is just like right in the middle.
hmm What do you think, Frogs?
Oh, I think a lot of people didn't put them on their list because they don't like them. So I think it's in the same boat as good old Necrovirus here, to be honest with you.
All right,
That's
I'm gonna have to give a point to Brass, but actually, Soul
Oh,
was the very most picked faction
Dang.
in
Wow.
Fantasy GI. Like not even close. They
incredible.
they were in more than a third of people's,
Wow.
teams. And
Oh
that's,
man, that Jasper, that's so bad for me. That's so
I mean-
bad. Oh my god.
It is pretty bad for everyone who has Soul,
my
and if
gosh.
Soul's gonna keep up their current elimination rate, it's not gonna go well, no.
Oh, did they get
Wow.
eliminated today?
Spoilers, yeah.
Oh, man, I was
Dude, I-
watching. and
I haven't checked into the game at all. That really happened. Oh my goodness. Oh
and
my
by the way,
goodness.
our good friend Bam Bam may or may not have enabled it.
Uh-oh. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. Bam Bam's a fucking agent of chaos, but I love him.
All right,
Oh,
Frox, it's your turn.
All right, so here goes me.
The
Here I go
Cabal.
Cabalin
The
again.
Full Wraith Cabal.
Yeah, I mean they go there. Like
I think that's pretty easy. I don't know. I almost want to try and make an argument for the +1 category with them, but
I put them on my worst. Like they were on my
yeah.
worst list.
So
I heard a lot of talk about people saying like, oh yeah, Cabal's kit is just like not good. So I think this is totally a reasonable place for them to be.
right. Well, again, you're both wrong.
Jeez, what?
They're actually in the middle tier. Yep.
God, I can't believe how wrong we are, Frox.
I mean, I can. Have you met me? Come on, guys.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Yeah, not much to discuss. I think. Well, I mean, Matt and Hunter seem pretty down on Cabal too, but I guess that just got people to think, well, maybe Cabal is underrated now, and
Yeah,
a lot of people thought that maybe. I don't know.
fair enough.
Yeah. I want to shout out to Susan. The game that I did watch yesterday was absolutely fucking heartbreaking, where Susan picked Cabal and had a really solid path. I mean, at least I thought it was really solid to eliminate his neighbor, the Necro. And like I told him, like, I've been in this game before, man, where the elimination attempt stalled out and he ran out of time, and now it just like became impossible. And it was just like the dice just turned against him in the most cruel and unjust way. I
Yep.
want to slap the 7th player for what they did to my boy.
That's GI.
Yeah,
That's TI, baby.
straight up.
Okay, you want to pull another faction,
Oh,
Brass?
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Here
it's
we
your
go.
turn, buddy.
Oh, Empy.
The Imperium.
Oh man, that's
so
a hard
this
one.
Yeah, this one is a hard one because it literally, like, it's again like they are in my top 5 for sure, and it's another one where I feel like the meta has been shifting. Matt and Hunter certainly have been doubting my boys, the Empyrean, but I don't care how wrong I am. I'm just gonna put them right in here.
Cool.
I don't care if I'm wrong. Okay, all right.
What do you think, Frox?
I mean, honestly, I'd put them right at the 0, so I know I'm wrong as well, but I'd put them right around the 0.
I'm gonna give another point to Brassbird because
Hey.
he's actually spot on. Empyrean, it's weird.
Love it.
I thought they were gonna end up in like maybe even a +1 in the early going, but then I don't know. Maybe it was the podcast from Matt and Hunter, but people started picking up Empyrean by the boatloads, and they ended up, I think, just about, like not like Soul, where Soul was always going to be -2, but Empyrean ended just about in that highest tier where they're going to struggle to pick up points.
Damn.
Again,
Man, your team's not looking very good, Brass.
No, it's really funny. It's really funny how I was like so stoked about being right, but again, it's like not good for me. I'm like I am not getting the fantasy points that I want to be getting. Is what's happening.
Are you saying that the points are a fantasy? Is that what you're saying?
Something like that.
Okay.
It's like whose line? The points don't matter, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's really the friends you made along the way, right?
Yeah.
Right. No.
All right.
Which one is this? The Nalu Collective.
We just put that back into the.
And they don't exist. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I honestly Nalu is hard to peg because I don't like playing with them. I don't like playing as them, but I put them in my top 5. So I'm just gonna have to say it. Like I don't think they're gonna win games because at least in the upper tier of the tournament, you know, the qualifiers of the Wild West, like people could be handing winning free points. I don't get it. So same with Nalu. I just, unless like against inexperienced players, I think they'll pick up some wins from very firm positions. So I think I'll put them here in the -1.
Ah, man. Yeah. I need to do something different from you, but I kind of am feeling like your logic makes a lot of sense.
All you do is agree with me and lock us both from points, Brass.
Yeah, for real. I'm just gonna put them right here, just like one category further, because I don't feel like this is super justified. But I mean, I feel like maybe it is. I don't know. I'm sticking with this one.
Okay, so Nalu was actually early on. They were picked very, very. How do you say this? Picked up very, very few times, and they ended up over here, which is
man,
really.
That was like, that was where my gut was, because I was like, I don't think they'll get wins, but then I was like, people may just see it, them just picking up. Oh man, Brass, you're killing me.
I love it.
You're killing me.
But I'm not going to get the points that actually matter, Frox.
So like, I
That's the
picked
thing.
Nalu in my top 5. So like, my fantasy team's sick.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can win this one, but then you're going to win the war. Okay. Okay. You know what? All right.
Yeah,
well, shit. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Arborek. Easy.
Oh man, yeah,
Dude.
easy.
Easy. It is Arborek's fucking year.
Arborek, the most
It is
popular.
The year,
faction.
the year of the rabbit, right? They're kind of like rabbits.
Year
like
of the
trees,
Arborek.
rabbits. Yeah, you know what? You're
Close
right.
enough.
Are you agreeing
Yeah,
with
I'm not-
Brassbird here,
No,
Fox?
fuck no, absolutely not. I'm gonna like all the way up here. They're at that.
And Frox is of course correct. Arborek
Wait,
was on a
what?
lot of lists, but
Yeah.
22 times that was on the negative list, which
Oh,
is
for sure.
yeah, that's actually the highest, I think.
Yeah.
Checking. Yeah.
All right,
man.
so Frox gets a point. We inverted it, where Frox gets a point here, but I put Arborek in my top 5 as a meme pick, and
So you're at a solid -2 on your
yeah, crawling my way out of this fucking hole, man.
Arborek
Crawl-
actually
crawling.
actually tied a couple of other factions for positive picks and eclipsed another faction, which we'll see later, I guess.
Okay.
All right, I think it's
Incredible.
Frog's turn.
All right, let's freaking. I'm gonna set the standard as the standard here, boys. Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
the
So this
XCHA.
is
The Omega
Extra
Extra.
Omega. Okay, see, this is actually really interesting to me. There's a lot of power here, and they're kind of like a hot topic. I don't know if they've got an average and a sub-average number of lists, though. Oh man, that's a. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go for broke here. They're a -1. My favorite base game faction, by the way.
Interesting. Interesting.
Drop those there.
Do you think Frox is right, Brass?
Hmm.
Don't answer that question.
I feel like I'm actually just going to go across the 0 here and say that they're like over here because like I feel like there's a lot of hype there. I mean, there was a lot of hype for the extra, but it's turning out to be a thing where it's like only for certain players or like certain play styles or whatever. I feel like there's folks that like aren't super stoked about the new extra situation as much as they could be. So I'm just gonna say like it's like in the same direction. I mean, in the same degree, but opposite direction.
I'm giving Frox a point because he absolutely nailed the extra.
Wow, nailed it.
Man.
The extra did end up. How close were they to? They were even pretty close to making the top tier. Yeah, just one more pick would have maybe. I would have not quite done it, but then yeah, 2 more picks, then the extra would have been in the top tier.
Incredible.
So they were pretty. They were closer to the -2 than to the 0.
Can I just take a brief moment, Jasper? I need to give a shout out to Taco Bell for being a delivery place right now. So thank you, Taco Bell, for that.
This video is sponsored by.
Well, I mean, I'm getting a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. I'm basically 12 again, so let's go.
Let's go. All right, next we got Kellerus. So are we actually doing all 3 variants of Kellerus as like different
No.
things?
I'm thinking they're a singular, yeah.
No,
Okay.
Stads was the the difficult person. Had to be the difficult person who asked about this when drafting fantasy, but no, they're not. They're all gonna be scored the same way.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So this card just represents all Keleres. I threw out the other 2.
For sure. I am. I mean, even though also kind of as a meme pick, I put Kellerus on my bad list. It was more just like for fun or anything. I've been telling people like, oh yeah, I did that for Cages, like specifically, just like even though Cages doesn't give a shit or doesn't even know that I did that at all. But I was just like, you know what, Cages hates him so much, I'll just put them on my bad list for him is what I'll do. But as far as what I'm actually doing here, I feel like they're actually pretty neutral. I mean, like, not like I think their kit is bad or anything. I actually don't think they're a bad faction in any respect. I feel like it's more like they're still so new and they haven't been tested in a tournament setting like rigorously like all these other factions have been. So I'm just making this argument that people don't really know what to make of them quite yet.
How do you feel for Frox? Is that solid?
So my honest opinion is I think people just straight up forgot about them, and I think I'm going to put them all the way up there, man.
Ooh,
I don't think people picked them.
You were almost right, but in the beginning of the drafting process, I was like, really? Keleres is going to end up at +2, but they didn't. They did sneak into the +1 category.
And my team's looking sick. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Wow.
I forgot whose turn it is. Oh, that was Brassbird.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Pulling. Yeah. Yep. So now it's Frox. Yep.
The Yin Brotherhood, man. I mean, put them in the dumpster where they belong. Let's go. The only listen. They got their material for cloning from a dumpster. I read that online, so it has to be true.
I am not going to argue with Frox. I don't think it makes sense to argue with Frox about this one. Yeah.
And
I need to hear that.
You are both correct. Yeah. Yin was the most popular faction in this tier, but they didn't quite make it to the next tier.
So they're at the top of the trash heap. They're barely in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, according to the fantasy drafters, what do they know?
Yeah.
But Yeah.
What do
By
they?
the way, speaking for all fantasy drafters, I think we can agree that we know nothing.
Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, Yin's a hard one to puzzle out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't envy Dane or anyone who's trying to like take their theme and their kit and say like, how do we make like exciting, fun components for like that'll also help them win the game? Like, it's just that one's a tough puzzle, is what I'll say.
I think they'll get in some exciting games, or at least I hope so.
Jasper, it looks like Seto requested a stream link in the tournament chat.
Seto's been in chat, man. He's
oh yeah, gotcha.
He's here.
I'm not on the Twitch. I can't see the chat.
That's fair. All right, next,
Sardak, the bugs.
Sardak Nor. So this one is, I mean, Sardak has a lot in common, and I feel like their stan base, as opposed to a fan base, their stan base is very much overlapping with the Arborec stans. So
actually,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's difficult. So it's difficult to place them because I feel like a lot of people will have picked them on their good list, like just like as an aspirational thing, and not necessarily like as accurate reflection of where they stand in the power
I think
rankings.
The other thing is like Sardak would be a pretty popular pick. Like, since Jasper outlined this particular portion, the +1, +2 stuff in there, it's like, well, we got to kind of put like a kind of bad faction and get some of these pluses, I think. So I think like Sardak would be a popular pick for that reason too.
Yeah. I'm really tempted to just like put them right here. I feel like enough people would have put them on their list where they could have ended up somewhere like this.
Yeah, I mean,
Fox
I'm actually
is going for a little more, neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you were both quite wrong, but Frox was less wrong because they did end up in the list here, and now you're all tied up.
Well, you know what?
I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
The hell is that supposed to mean?
Being tied up, I hear it's a thing. I don't know.
Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna get some more. Yeah, I'm gonna get some more coffee real quick. Be right back.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hot dog. My Taco Bell is en route. This is great. I mean, my nondescript local cuisine.
Yeah.
Oh man. So apparently, Jasper, I learned that the Netherlands has the most ridiculous amount of fireworks of all time for the New Year's, and I am so sorry.
No, I mean, it's just, well, I don't know, right. I don't know how to compare it to other countries,
That's fair.
But people do get a little crazy here.
My buddy got a bullet stuck in his window of his house because people just shoot guns in the airs around these parts. So I think I'd rather.
Okay. Yeah. That's,
yep. Is anyone surprised, bro?
No. Welcome to Kentucky, man.
Not surprised, bro.
Okay.
Wow. All right, Frox, next one.
Yep. All right. So
we
got the Barony of Letnev. All right. So I mean, man, what a. This is like, I always like Barony just reminds me, like, you get your coffee black, like you just go with what works, and that's that's Barony. Nothing special about them, but they're kind of cool. Everyone's into them. No one's unhappy to have Barony as their who they're playing, but they're also not excited by it.
I would be unhappy to play Barony, but
really?
Oh yeah, I mean, I know your whole thing against feudalism. I get that.
Well, I am gonna mellow on Barony a bit just because Luke did some cool things with them, and also because Nalu is now my favorite faction to hate. But
there we go.
I wouldn't pick them in fantasy, no way. But I also didn't play. So
that doesn't count.
I will say this: I did not put them on my fantasy team, like in either respect. So I feel like I'm going to agree with the placement in the 0 category because I feel like they're just like the quintessential kind of like baseline faction in that way. But in my personal feelings and my personal everything, I am actually now a huge Barony stan. Huge, because I recently won an IRL game with Kaluan sitting to my left, by the way,
Mhm.
and as Barony. And I, after that win, was just feeling so ecstatic and so just like, for me, it's like I like Barony for the same reasons that I like Soul, where their bonuses that they get are just such like standard vanilla TI, like meat and potatoes fundamentals of the game. And I'm totally happy to live in that space where I'm just like practicing the fundamentals of the game, and my faction like accentuates that. Like I'm super down for that. But I'm gonna say 0 is a fair place for them.
You both get 10 points because that's exactly where the
Hey.
Barony ended up. They
Oh,
were,
man.
I think if I was keeping track correctly earlier, they might have been in the very highest, or among the most picked early on, but slowed down a little and got into the mid tier, which is probably where they belong, just about.
Well,
maybe the +1
well,
tier.
That's fair.
Incredible.
That's fair.
All right, next up we got the Nomad. This one's kind of hard because I feel like there's folks out there that love the Nomad, but also I feel like there's folks out there that just think that the Nomad's just like not that great. I mean, first person I can think of is Big Al. It's not like he hates the Nomad, but he is just like not as impressed as other people are by it. So I don't think it's fair to put them in the 0. I do think it's fair to give them a little bit of a boost, like and say that they're boosted in popularity, but not so much that they're like a top tier with Soul and Empyrean. Yeah, I think this is reasonable.
Honestly, my feelings on the Nomad after having played them in that horrendous farce of a community game, as well
Oh my
as
goodness.
in that horrendous farce of a tournament game. I'm just all the way up here with them.
Wow.
Goodness.
Yeah. No,
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I'm that dog staring at a cupcake, Jeff, with PTSD.
Yeah.
That's my Nomad experiences. Yeah, I have them all the way at the +2.
Oh
Did they
my
actually
god.
end up there? No, they didn't, but
No.
they do get points for Frogs
Oh.
because he
Okay.
was actually closer.
Wow.
Yeah, so Nomad, I was also worried that they would, end up in the lowest tier where I really don't think they belong. But Nomad seemed to, people seem to have kind of forgotten about Nomad because for a long time it was one of the only 2 factions with no one picking it in negative, but like almost no one picking it as a positive either, which was like, oh, people just forgot about Nomad. Cool. They did a little time travel bit or something.
Yep.
But
That's
they
actually
did,
the best part about Nomad is all the time travel jokes.
no faction in the end did up getting not picked as negative. There's only one faction that there's one faction that only got picked once as a negative. I'll reveal that one later. It hasn't been revealed yet, but Nomad seemed to be going for that too. So there's not a lot of haters, but there's also not a lot of fanboys, at least in the fantasy TI community, I guess, for the Nomad. Of course, it wasn't Stats' list, so that was good to see.
Yeah.
Stats. I think Stats is the number 1 Nomad stan in that I know.
He's got a
of.
foam finger and everything.
Yeah, totally.
All
That's
right.
tight.
All right.
I forgot
So,
whose turn it was, but
I am
luckily
up.
you guys are keeping track.
Yeah. Oh, the Emirates of Akan. All right. So here's the thing. I just, they're good at ranching people. Honestly, they can really drop the hammer on people with kindness and friendship.
Yep.
And honestly, Space Lawyer likes Akan, so how could you
Oh,
not
yeah.
like anything Space Lawyer likes? So
Totally.
Fair
I think
point.
I need to put them all the way down there. That's my. I don't think I need to say much more, quite frankly.
That's fair. Yeah, so I actually agree with you, but for the sake of this little game, I'm actually going to be saying that they're over here, kind of living in the extra land, because like here's the thing about Hakan is that they've like always been good, and it's like another base game power pick, old school power pick where it's like maybe I don't have like the greatest slice or whatever, but like if I'm Hakan, then it like doesn't matter because I just have money anyway. And now they got this whole thing where it's like in the late game they're just kind of not guaranteed, but pretty likely to get those War Suns researched, and then they just build 2 for free. So like, I don't know, like they're just straightforward good. They're just good. But just for the sake of this game, I'm going to say right here with extra.
And that's where they belong, or where they ended up.
Yes.
So
dang,
Brasper
good
really
one, Brass.
nailed
Give
it.
me a point.
Yeah.
Love it.
Personally,
Love to see it.
I'm not. I don't know. I like Nomad more than Hakan, but
Ooh, hot take. Hot take.
well, yeah. I mean, I lost my home system as Hakan last year in the tournament, so
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
Do you wear gloves like when you hold all these hot takes, Jasper? Because like I don't want you to burn yourself.
I mean, in last year's ranking, Madden Hunter ranked like Nomad in the S tier or something, which I thought was a bit wild.
Mm-hmm. It's a little rich, but
they haven't.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! I'm in physical pain. Oh wait, that's just my Taco Bell getting here. Be right back.
Yeah. Hilarious. Wow. I mean, I'm not going to argue with how this is shaping up. I mean, it's like it is like a interesting depiction of the meta at the moment, and I feel like there are those influences from the recent tier list that Matt and Hunter did, but there's also like some people working against that, and it's obvious that there is the standum coming through in these certain picks. For example, I mean, like I love the Empyrean thing where there's like they're hating on Empyrean, but then it's like Empyrean's still so popular, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
No, it's all good.
No.
All right.
It's all fine.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Taco Bell.
Oh, my nondescript local cuisine, of course.
Yes,
All right. So
yes.
where are we at now?
Wait, we got another. Oh, it's because there's the Omega and the non-Omega.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Titans. Okay, so Titans. I got to think about this for a second. So Titans is interesting. They've had a really interesting journey ever since POK came out, because they started off being like the new kids on the block and one of the like most anticipated, most like feared before people even had a chance to play them. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, Titans is going to be so good, so good, so good." And then there was this whole period of time where people are just like, "Well, maybe they're like not that great and they're just like okay and whatever." And now I feel like they have surged back into being like not just like a good all-arounder, but specifically like a really good bruiser faction. Like in that tournament game that Frox and I were playing on the async server, Susan's was playing Titans, and just like Frox amazingly fended off an attack from Susan, but like in a more overall stance or whatever, like it just seemed like there was nothing you could do about Susan. Yeah. Like he was just fucking ironclad as the Titans of old, you know. Yeah. So man, I'm like so tempted to just like straight put them down here as like a controversial kind of like just go for it kind of thing. I'm almost feeling like here. Fuck it. I'm going to say that they're popular now.
I think if people like were referencing last year, they would say that, but I think I don't think they were trendy or popular enough to pick there, because they were winning last year a lot, but I would still put them right here in the middle.
Interesting.
I just really, I think situationally amazing, day to day not great. That's my personal stance on it.
Well, I already awarded the point to Brassbird because he nailed another one.
Hey,
completely. Titans was I think second most picked after Soul.
Wow.
Maybe someone.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
Did anyone get close to them? No, they were second by a bit. So yeah. Yeah, Titans was popular.
That's awesome.
Yeah, of course they really performed well last year, and sort of the opposite trend of Argent. I guess we'll hopefully see Argent soon. But yeah, first tournament not great, and then second tournament really killed it.
Yeah, it's those fucking cruisers, yo. Those cruisers are just absolutely redonkulous, dude.
They are. Yeah.
Wow.
Not much to say about them.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. All right, Frox, you next.
I am up. Yep. The L1 Z1 Trash Net. Okay. So they're all the way up there. You know, they seem good, they look good, they feel good, but you know what? You crack them open, and it's just a big old nothing burger. I thought there'd be a motherboard when I got into them, and turns out they're just actually a trash can.
The angry mob is coming for you, Frox.
That's fine.
I just gotta.
Yeah, I love L1. I do.
Gotta check chat to see if the mob is coming in already, but no,
Yeah,
it doesn't
totally,
look like
totally.
it. But they might just be coming for your house immediately
for
and
sure.
skipping the Twitch chat entirely.
So I'll be honest, I don't play a whole lot of L1. I actually cannot remember the last time I played them. Like, I really can't. I do think that their kit is really like it looks good on paper. Harrow is still a great ability, like, obviously. But
Assimilate, great ability.
I mean, love the idea of like gobbling up structures like that and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I just don't get it. Like, why don't they win more? Like, what is going on there?
Slow start.
Haven't figured it out.
Yeah,
it's
they have a slow start. I mean,
they have an awkward tech situation starting off. One of their faction techs is just like kind of lame. Their mech is not like amazing necessarily. I don't know. I'm gonna put them down here just to be different, but I actually agree
everything's
with Frox.
expensive about them. It's 6. I mean, like you have you have to tech every round to get to what you want because you have to take an awkward path there. You have to build expensive units. Like, there's a lot of things here. Anyways.
Totally.
Well, I think they belong somewhere here. They actually ended up with their Dreadnought Bros Barony in the nondescript middle tier.
They always end up next to each other.
See, L1 even disappointing me here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean, yeah. I guess my take on them is they feel a bit like Soul and Barony in that they're, not spectacular solid, but then they don't have the blue start unlike those, and that just
and that's a huge difference. It's a huge difference for sure.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, because like your starting super dreads are not as great if you can't get gravity drive as quickly. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. All right, so my turn next. Here we go. We got the Mentak Coalition. I could just go on such a fucking rant right now. I'm not even.
I could speak a soliloquy and a love sonnet about it right now.
Yeah,
so,
for
you got
real.
time, Jasper?
So Mentak is like. Mentak is in this very unique and singular place with me where it's like I don't really play them. I've gotten my ass kicked by them numerous times. I really dislike Pillage being on the other side of it, but like overall, like I can see how good their kit is because I've seen it in action. I've gotten like curb stomped by Ipswich like multiple times, so, but at the same time, it's like I feel like there's enough like controversy about them and like enough people like dislike Pillage like I do, where doing this seems a bit rich, but I feel like this makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
So you think they were very popular?
Yeah. I think that they were very popular, or I feel like the meta is swinging around where people are like, oh yeah, Mentak is good. Mentak is good.
And Frox being the +1 tier, which is not even correct. The Mentak.
Oh my goodness.
all the way.
I actually thought they were up there, but I was like, that was my little part of hope of just like, okay, maybe not everyone hates them.
Wow. I can't believe that I rated them higher than you just now, Frox. I can't believe that.
You rated other people's opinions of them higher, right? It's no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of how that works.
You're not to blame. You're not to blame.
That's fair. Well, shit.
But you were incorrect.
I know. I know. All right, Frox, you up.
Sorry, guys, I'm in Twitch chat. Give me a second. Anyways, all right, sorry.
He's putting
All right.
copy.
No, the Argent
passes.
Flight.
Yeah.
More like the Argent Toothless Bite. All right, let's put them right in the middle. So, my actual opinion on Argent, very strong start, very good at getting to 7, 8, 9 very quickly. Can't close the game out. But I mean, I think the -1 would be an okay time for him. But I think a lot of people would put them on the underperforming list because I mean, Sads really drove the point home that they did a whole lot of getting picked and a whole lot of not winning. Last year.
Yep.
So I think a lot of people like Argent. They like playing him. I mean, Fly to Fancy, great player, plays Argent.
Oh yeah,
loves Argent. I'm really torn here. Like this is the weirdest one for me because like I could put it in any of these three, and I think that would be I would feel like it's the right answer.
No, totally. And I mean, I'm gonna be choosing one of those three that you don't pick. Obviously, like I think Argent is such a tough nut to crack in that way because they are super versatile. They have one of the best early games of any faction.
I think the best.
No,
maybe
totally.
Sar.
Yeah. No, that one game that we played back in the day when we were still doing splits on Beautiful People Club, and then I got I'm playing Argent and I get 6 planets outside of home round 1. And I just it was so easy. It was just so easy. So you figure that would make you snowball into a better mid to late game, but it just doesn't add up all the time.
All right. I think I'm gonna go against my instincts here and put them there. To be honest.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm going to choose the 0 there.
And I will be awarding a point to Frox because
oh man,
nailed it.
Wow.
They were actually
honest to God. Yeah.
The Argent stands are coming out.
Hey, yeah, they are, and that's good. I mean, I like them. They have a fun and interesting kid. I just it's tough. I just don't see them getting a lot of wins, but I hope to be proven wrong.
Yeah,
totally.
It may have already started the process, but
yeah, true.
Yeah, not much to say about Argent. They were pretty bad last year, but maybe this will be their year again. I'm very curious.
Okay, Jolnar. I mean,
I know where Jadim would put them.
Yeah, no joke. And you know what? Just because I love my boy so much, I think I got to do it for him. I'm just going to put them in the top tier for JJ.
Man, how am I going to show support to Jamongus Jason while still getting points? Gosh. You know what? I mean, I'm just going to say -1 because there is not a feasible way where they ended up anywhere near this top 3/5. So.
Nope. And Frogs absolutely nailed it.
Ooh, yeah. He pulls ahead. Oh no.
Wait, let me just check if that was right. Yeah, they were close to getting. They were close to getting the -2 though.
Yeah,
didn't end up getting there. Luckily for everyone who drafted Jolnar.
Yeah, totally.
So not everyone was Jadim, so they didn't quite have the popularity of Titans and Soul.
Yeah. JJ's top 5 was actually just Jolnar 5 times.
Jolnar with 5 different tech paths.
Had to tell him he couldn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was. I think Wecker, who was the first who tried to get a team with 5 Arbrek or something.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
Not surprised. That's hilarious.
Oh wow. My god.
All right, Frox.
Yep. Sorry. Trying to find copy pastas to post. Okay, so.
Classic.
Doing the Lord's work.
In RA. All right. So they are my favorite faction. Spoiler. I mean, I think they're incredibly fun, versatile, and no matter what the slices and qualifiers looked pretty bad. And I was like, you know who'd
Mm-hmm.
do real well in those? Someone like a good old Nazroka Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put them there. I mean, they probably aren't there, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta stand up for what you believe in.
For sure, for sure.
Mhm.
I really liked the way that I can't remember if it was Matt or Hunter put it on the episode that they did where they were talking about Nas, where they were like, it's like the ceiling is really high with them, and they don't always get up to the top of the ceiling because it's all based on like when you're drawing your exploration cards or relics or whatever, and you got to play the odds and blah blah blah, and sometimes you luck out and sometimes you don't. But I absolutely agree that if you play that out right, then you can really get some dope shit going on. I played this async game as Nazroka, and I did like the craziest like round 4 rampage after everyone else had passed.
Yeah.
And I purge the codex, get the cards, and then the coolest thing is that I used the agent on Primor because I knew I had like a 33% chance of getting freelancers. And then I built a dread off of freelancers, and it was unactivated because I used the agent to get freelancers instead of activating or whatever.
Oh, that's
and
sick.
then I used that unlocked dread to get me like the third empty space that I had like just gotten kicked out of earlier in the round. It was like some of the dopest shit I've ever done.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest.
Yeah, man,
that-
they have tools
yeah.
to succeed. I mean, they if there's a will, there's a way. They're like Mahawk, you know. Like I'm not
Mhm.
totally unconvinced as Mahawk or NRA. If like you have the tokens, you can probably pull it off.
Oh yeah, and then they have the tokens. That's the thing. They've
Yeah.
got more tokens than they know what to do with. So
was,
that
Sorry. No, I was in a sort of similar situation, like round 5. Almost no plastic on the board. Just needed to score the bombardment secret. Knew that there was only freelancers in the deck left. Traded for the Muad promissory note to get just one war sun with freelancers, and then immediately send it for the win, right? But then,
that's badass.
Yeah, but then someone just saw that or predicted that and just made sure I couldn't win. So, but it would have been really cool.
Oh yeah, totally. So that having been said, I got to pick -1 because I got to pick a different one. But I kind of agree that they're in this range, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, remember that faction that was almost never picked as a negative? That was Nazroka. And they sure were picked a lot in the positive column. So yeah, they ended up as maybe the third most.
That makes me so happy.
Wow.
Third or fourth most.
Thank you everyone for really stroking my ego. I appreciate it.
Wow, get my ass handed to me over here, but you know what? That's all right.
Oh
wait, we got the
Nalu Omega.
got the non. Yeah. All right, Clanisar, my boys. My boys.
Every row still has openings.
Oh, for sure. God damn. You know what? Like, I mean, there's so much like there's so many people that are just like tired of saying that SAR is the best, you know, so they don't talk about it anymore about how SAR is the best, but SAR is still the best, you know, like they absolutely are. So I feel like I would be going against my own principles if I did not place them right here.
Mm-hmm. You won SR last year, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say that I've won it with SAR, and quite frankly, it's disgusting. It's a filthy cheaters play filthy SAR. I'm just gonna go on record and say it. If you play SAR, you're a cheater, and you probably grew up to like beat your wife or something. But anyways, I'm just kidding. All right, so I actually, I mean, I'm with him here, but for point differentiation, I'm gonna go with -1.
Okay, here's possibly the most shocking one. You know where SAR ended up? SAR ended up all the way over
man.
Oh
well,
my gosh.
that just proves my point. There's like so many people that are getting tired of admitting that SAR is the best. I mean, but
Yeah.
they're wrong. But it's like the hip new thing to be like, no, SAR's not that good.
Mhm.
You know, so
I think that's
like,
another
I
point
agree-
for Frogs. Yep.
that's fine. You know what? That's fine. I know that I'm right deep down in my heart. I know.
I mean, I'm
Hilarious.
going to be honest. The scoreboard says otherwise, Press. So.
Yeah, I know. I know. All right, your turn to draw.
Yeah. All right. So.
The
Mahakt
Mahakt
Gene
Gene Sorcerers.
Sorcerers. All right. I'm gonna be. Denim is a very popular fabric, and I think this rounds out the -2. I think what is nothing without a pair of designer jeans. So that's what the top tier is. We put the
Mahakt.
Mahakt Gene Sorcerers there. Last
Mahakt-
year's
Yeah.
best performing faction, and I think no matter what slice, what situation you put them in, as long as they aren't taking off points early, they're always going to be in the discussion at the end of the game, barring speaker control shenanigans.
Was there something you wanted to say, Jasper?
No, I mean, I was gonna make the connection with Titans that both of them dominated last year's tournament and last year's fantasy as a result.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think, Brad?
Yeah. I really want to play them. I haven't done it yet. They have always intrigued me from the
Absolute
release
blast.
of POK, and I'm sure. I just haven't
So much
really
fun.
I haven't gotten around to it yet. I agree that their kit is it's like hard to figure out exactly what to do with each piece, but each piece is really like so powerful. Like they have the best leader suite in the game, like obviously.
Yeah.
So this is another situation where it's like I agree that they're in the -2, but I have to say -1 just to try and scrounge for a point, maybe.
You got your point. They were actually in the zero.
Whoa.
That's really
Wow.
surprising. That is
Yeah.
very surprising.
Yeah, I saw a big split here with people thinking, yeah, Titans are gonna repeat, but Mahakt, people really weren't so sure about. They might have even snuck in the +1 tier at some point, but
Wow.
ended up in the zero. Yep. Yeah,
Curious.
people not as confident about Mahakt. We'll see. I'm very curious. I would love to play them in the tourney myself, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Getting down to the end of the pile here. Ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghosts of
Ghosts
Krios.
of
Oh
Krios.
man.
This is such a funny one, man. Like honestly, like I've got a real soft spot in my heart for ghosts.
And for going to my home system, you jackass.
Yes. that was another one of the coolest fucking things I've ever done in the game was flank speed as ghosts into Frox's home system, take the planet, play infiltrate to steal the dock, play war machine to build like 8 infantry. It was absolutely fucking glorious. But as far as like how I'm feeling about ghosts, I feel like they're an old favorite, but they have waned over time, and I feel like a lot of people have just kind of like forgotten about them, and a lot of people are just like not super hot on them. So I'm actually going to say like not really a lot of people picked them is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Did you ping down here?
No, I did not. Well, not on purpose. I'm eating Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Sure.
Makes you ping. My actual discussion about ghosts is you have to plan around just possible catastrophic failure from multiple angles, right? When you're playing ghosts, like this is the agenda deck, interesting plastic situation at the start. Who are your neighbors? Where are the wormholes located? But I mean, when it comes down to it, I just think I think if you're creative, the world's your oyster when you play them. I would put them in the upper half if I could, but I think I'm gonna put them right there at ye old 0.
They're so fun. They're just
that's
fun.
actually where they
wow, incredible.
Sorry, I don't know if there's a way back from this one.
There's not. It's mathematically impossible, but that's okay.
I mean,
well,
unless Frox, screws up 3 times in a row.
So it's why I got the Mountain Dew, guys. I needed some gamer fuel School on you for this.
It's the fucking Baja Blast that did it, huh?
It
All
was.
right.
Oh my god, it's so good. Actually, I haven't had one in years. Anyways,
all right, and pick the next one.
I got it.
Should
The
be pretty-
Embers of
Oh,
Muad.
man.
I was gonna
I
say
know what
should be
I'm
pretty obvious from here on out, but maybe it isn't.
Yeah, it's this one's a weird one because as someone if you can get through that round one and score, I mean you're a powerhouse all of a sudden, right?
Mhm.
But you get that speaker control and the slices aren't great for them in quals. Oh, this one's actually kind of hard to be honest. Because definitely belong in the trash heap down here. But they at the same time, Rasmus, he exists.
Sure.
I'm gonna fall in my heart, not my head.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
I'll
fall in my
say
heart, not my head.
I'll say that Rasmus is a special case. Is what I'll say.
Yeah.
I could go on another fucking super long rant right now. If you don't know about me and my experience and just what has happened to me in game after game, I have this funny relationship with Muat where I always end up on the antagonistic side of the relationship with them, and I always have it in my head of Muat's they got their war sons and everything, but they're really not that big of a deal, and I could beat them up if I wanted to. I really could. And then I get Nova seeded. Just I've gotten Nova seeded so many fucking times. It's just it's a meme by now. It is a straight up meme. So that's just more of a funny thing than anything. But I'm gonna go with my heart and I'm gonna say, yeah, they're in the trash heap. I mean, if you only have 2 ships with capacity, and it's you're not going to be upgrading your carriers if you're going full red, so and that just doesn't speak to me in any way, shape, or form.
Well, Frox gets another point because
what the fuck, dude?
Embers of Muat was very close
What?
to actually getting the -2.
Oh,
I
I'm
think it's
so shocked.
I think it's because I put in the category of +1 point if you have a war son at the end. And people were like, "Oh, I gotta go Muat then." But since
that's easy. That's easy.
almost everyone did, it's not gonna be much of a point, is it?
That's true. It cancels out. That's hilarious.
They were actually leading
yeah.
for a long time. They were leading the entire pack because people were like,
Get wrecked.
"Oh, war son points," and then later people were like, I don't know, not as enthusiastic. I know Bradley Sigma from the Australian part of the community. He actually went into the TTS stats and looked up which factions got the most war sons out by the end of the game.
Oh,
and then
really?
picked those 5 factions.
Wow, that is such a Bradley Sigma thing to do.
Yep.
Absolutely hilarious.
Very funny.
Wow. Good.
All right. So is Asaro hiding on the very bottom or just? Or
No, they're right here.
Is it
They're right
Asaro?
here.
There.
It's
There they are.
all.
Elspeth's
There
been
we
waiting
are.
for this.
Yeah, no joke. So this is another situation where I feel compelled to put them in the top, just because Elspeth will give me shit if I do not. But also it's I enjoy Yssaril very much. I feel like there's a huge it's just the whole thing about with Nalu in the game. But there's the other self-correcting factor where it's with the faction draft going the way it is, then you can be well, we can't allow Yssaril to be in the same pool as Mahakt or Nalu or whatever. So this one's actually really hard to figure out because they have such a versatile kit. There's so many different ways to play them. They can really sneak from behind in a lot of different ways to seal up a win. Oh gosh, it's really difficult. I'm just gonna do this because Elspeth's gonna be angry with me if I do not. Yssaril stand all the way. Here we go. Frox?
Where's Frox?
Where is Frox?
Just Frox. Just.
Oh my god, I've been muted. Anyways,
okay.
Classic.
Well, sorry, I was slurping some Baja Blast. It was just
Yeah,
All
not surprised.
Some nondescript drink, yeah.
Yeah, not nondescript local drink. No, I mean, yeah, that has to go there. Then this is Winu. Winu's going up here because Winu belongs in the dumpster. Yeah, and Yasarl Tribes, not much to it. They're amazing and deserve to be there. They have a strong start, excellent late game. There you have it.
Isara was actually tied for second most picked faction along with the
Wow.
Titans and Aftersoul.
Yeah. I put them in my bottom too, so they're going to do worse than people think they will.
There we go.
Yeah.
And yeah,
All right, and
correct. The last one is Winu. What can you say? People don't trust Winu.
yeah. Nope.
Winu's positive picks were only half of Arborek, Sardak, and Mantak. With just 4 people. But that's an improvement of like 400% from last year when
Oh my god.
only Frodo had them.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so good.
Yep.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
So
Wow,
we'll
so
see
this
what
is
Winu
it.
does. Yep.
No, this is great.
This is great. Look
Uh,
at that.
So Frogs won this game, but Brasbert, are you
Mhm.
feeling good about your fantasy team after this, or?
Oh man, I can't even remember. I need to look at the DM with you, where it's like,
I
what
can
did I even
look it up
put
pretty
on my
quick.
shit?
Yeah,
No,
I
hold on,
put
I got
my
this. All right, so I'll just spoil.
I put mine in chat. What I'm doing. You go, Brass.
Sure. All right, I'm just gonna spoil mine right now. All right, so my good team of 5 is Empyrean, Titans, Soul, Arborek, and Sar, and
Oh
my
my God.
bad team is Muat and Kellerus.
Oh my god, your team has so many negative points.
Yeah, no,
Holy
absolutely, absolutely.
But if
The
Sar
+1
goes
and
off,
Sar cancels out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need Sar to pop off. I actually don't want these guys to win. Is that how this works? I don't want my boys to win now? Is that what's going on?
You do.
You still want them to gain points.
Yeah.
You just get negative points the moment they show up in the game.
You don't want them to get
Exactly.
picked and be played terribly because that's gonna hurt you a
Oh.
lot. Yeah.
God, for real, yeah. Oh man, yeah. No, I think the odds are stacked against me, boys. Is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, unfortunate,
Yeah.
but I mean, you followed your heart, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, that counts for something, right?
I think so. I mean, you know me, my fucking I've tanked
Right.
3 games on pure principle lately. Yeah, I was going to name my team, but what were you about to say, Jasper? Apologies.
Quantum just asked when does chat get to play TI. I changed the stream name 2 times. Oh, maybe I didn't click done. Oh, jeez. I hate OBS. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys though, because this was a lot of fun. You two.
Absolutely
with your personalities making this a lot more fun than even I had hoped. So yeah,
had a great time.
Discussion.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for making time for us. I know it's like much later for you than it is us.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it's gotta not get to bed too much later than this because my sleep schedule's already something not family friendly. I'm gonna try to figure out how to send us back to Big Al, and thanks everyone in chat for watching. Hope you had a good time.
Hey, same to you, man. It was nice hanging out.
Happy New Year, everyone. Love you.
Happy New Year. Happy National Hangover Day. Recommend nondescript local Taco Bell.
Yeah,
to all of you.
Hell yeah.
Stream manager. That's got to be it. Stream manager.
Cool.
Nondescript drink.
Nondescript.
Oh man, my team actually just gets free points just all the time. It's great.
Hilarious.
I have one negative pick. Yeah, I mean I'm still gonna lose, but it's gonna be great. So I gotta tell you, Brass. After I messaged Jasper my team, he was like, "Oh, that team's really good."
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I don't know.
I did to you pretty late.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't think that much changed, but yeah, I was excited about your whatchamacallit, your possible positive points, but we never know if those positive points will amount to anything if they just don't get wins,
Yeah, exactly.
I need Arborek to pop off is what I need.
Yeah,
need- I need
that'd be
this.
sick. I'd be happy
This would
for
be
you if that
huge.
happened.
Me too.
Actually, I'd be happy
Oh,
for
yeah.
you no matter what, buddy.
Oh, thanks, bud. Thanks, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. How about that?
Yep.
That's probably a
That
good
sounds
idea. Oh my god, sorry, I am like
Right.
wiped. I think I'm gonna go and play like a game or two of League of Legends and take a fucking nap.
Yo, sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Jasper,
I'm
thanks for the
gonna-
opportunity, man. This was a lot of fun. And
Yep.
if
Oh,
you ever need
dude.
anything, let us know, dude.
Yeah, I hope to hang out with you guys for sure for something.
Got it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
it
Very
is.
soon.
I love it. All right, guys,
All right.
I'll see y'all around.
See you.
All right. Later, bud.